You notice it on a quiet morning, not a special one. The app loads, the digits line up, and there it is. 100,000. You thought there would be a sound, a chime, a feeling, something. Instead, there is only the dim light from your cracked phone screen and the old anxiety, sitting exactly where you left it. For a second, you let yourself believe this is the turning point, the number you've been chasing in slow motion for years, the amount that podcasts and blog posts called a milestone, the proof that you are not lost. You whisper it to yourself, $100,000. It feels like trying on someone else's coat. Technically it fits. You're not sure you're allowed to wear it. Then the next notification rolls in, a rent reminder. The feeling fades. This is where it begins to slip. You open your budget out of habit. The categories arrange themselves like little boxes of permission and guilt. You look for the one that used to feel alive. Fun. Sometimes dining out. Sometimes just misky. The line where your life used to leak into color. It is empty. The savings number is big. The money you actually feel is small. Smaller than it used to be, somehow. You scroll, trying to find where it went. Your raise came 3 months ago. A neat little email, a new salary that pushed your take-home by a few hundred. You thought that was the moment the air would finally thin out. But the same week, your landlord emailed about market adjustments. 200 more. The math is simple. The feeling is not. You used to buy coffee without thinking. A quiet, automatic comfort. Now you stand in line rehearsing the price in your head, translating it into minutes of your life. You still buy it, sometimes, but the guilt has gotten louder than the taste. Then something changes. You don't tell many people about the 100,000. It feels dangerous, like saying a real wish out loud. Still, you mention it once to someone you trust, in a clumsy half-sentence. Their eyebrows rise. Wow, you're doing great. You nod. You don't correct them. You don't say that you still flinch when your card tap lingers a little too long, that the number in your account has grown, while your margin for error has shrunk to a thin, invisible thread. Later that week, your car makes a new sound, a low, wet rattle when you turn the key. You sit in the driver's seat listening, hoping it will decide to fix itself out of politeness. It does not. The mechanic calls with the estimate. First, the labor, one number. Then the parts, a second number. You wait for your brain to catch up. Together, they are nearly a month of your take-home pay. Once, this would have been a crisis. Credit cards. A frantic call to family. A bargain with the universe. Now technically, it is not a problem. You have savings. You have crossed the magic threshold. You tell the mechanic, go ahead. The words feel adult and hollow at the same time. You move the money a few hours later. A deliberate little transfer out of the account that made you feel like you were building a future. The 100,000 blinks, shrinks, settles into something smaller. Still impressive, on paper. Less miraculous than yesterday. Your discretionary line item for the month, already thin, disappears. You choose the car over dinners out. The car over your friend's weekend away. The car over the ticket to a concert you've quietly wanted since last year. You were told that savings bought freedom. In this moment, it feels like it bought maintenance. Here is where it gets complicated. You start to notice how your life rearranges itself to protect the number. You say no more often. Not to survival, but to texture. You skip the after-work drink and go home to leftovers, and a streaming show you're not really watching. You cancel the subscription for the app that gave you a little joy in the evenings. $15 a month feels bold now. People talk about you like you are good with money. You smile and carry that praise like another quiet obligation. They do not see the spreadsheet open behind the other tabs, the way your eyes drift to the total at the bottom instead of the story you were reading. It should feel like abundance. It feels like defense. The number grows back, slowly, paycheck by paycheck. You push more into the account. You tell yourself that the next round number will be different. 120, 150, maybe then. The discretionary column will flare back to life. But every time a new expense appears, it goes the same way. The dental work you've been putting off. The flight you have to buy for someone else's emergency. The new laptop when the old one finally gives up in the middle of a deadline. The savings absorbs it. Quietly. Efficiently. And your day-to-day shrinks around it. You realize one night, hunched over a lukewarm meal, that you are living two financial lives at once. There is the life on the statement, stoic and impressive. Then there is the one in your kitchen, where you stand counting the days until the next paycheck before deciding if you can say yes to a movie. You thought that when you hit 100,000, you would feel allowed to relax. Instead, you have become the strict guardian of your own small joys. You police every little desire so that a big number can sit undisturbed in an account you barely touch. This is the quiet disappointment. Not that the milestone wasn't real, it is real. You earned it with 1,000 small denials and a few tired, blurry overtime evenings. The disappointment is that nothing around you seemed to change in the way you hoped. The world did not charge you less because you crossed a line in your savings. Rent did not pause. Groceries did not ask if you'd like a discount in recognition of your discipline. Emergencies did not schedule themselves more politely. Only you changed. You became the person who can pay, and so you keep paying. Months pass. The number inches up, then drops, then recovers. Each swing feels a little less dramatic, but the day-to-day choices do not soften. You still hesitate at the checkout screen. You still calculate the cost of the nicer meal in percentage points of your net worth. On another quiet morning, you open the app again. The screen glows. The balance is back over 100,000. A little higher this time. It settles there, calm and unimpressed. You sit with it longer than before. You think about the coffee you didn't buy yesterday, the trip you did not take last season, the version of you that once thought this number would mean an end to all of that. Nothing in the room has changed. The same worn chair, the same dim light, the same rent, due in a few days. You close the app and look around your life, the one you built by saying no to yourself over and over again. The money is there. The feeling you were chasing is not. The milestone sits quietly in the background, like a framed certificate you no longer notice. You stand up, wash yesterday's mug, and get ready for work. Outside, the day is ordinary. You walk into it carrying a six-figure savings account and the familiar, evaporated space where your discretionary money was supposed to live. You remember the first time you dreamed of having $100,000 saved, and how certain you were that everything would feel different once you did. Now you know. The number can change, and the life around it can remain, stubbornly, almost exactly the same.